Hey guys, look over there, it's a polar bear here. Today we're going to talk about something different. Usually it's all about the tutorials. Magicians, all they want to know are methods, but methods don't matter. Methods are irrelevant. So today I thought I'd talk a little bit about something else that's important in the world of magic and something that a lot of people take too much to heart. So today we're going to talk about the rules of magic. In particular, three specific rules, what they are, why should you follow them, and why you should not follow them. So that's what we're gonna get into today. If you guys like this sort of content, make sure to like the video, and subscribe. Oh, also, you gotta subscribe 2 times. So you gotta subscribe by hitting the subscribe button, and then you gotta hit the little bell icon so that whenever I come up with a video, you're not like, whoa, Piggy came out with a video, I didn't know about that, I didn't get notified. So make sure to do that because YouTube has their system down pat. So without any further ado, let's just jump right into it. Yeah. Never repeat a trick. Is this a rule you should follow? Well, people say you shouldn't repeat a trick because once is entertainment and twice it's a lesson. So magicians tend to think that if you repeat a magic trick more than once, spectators are more than likely to catch on to the method, because at that point they're not just looking for whatever the effect is, they're not just entertained, they're actively looking for methods because they already know what to anticipate. And yeah, there happens to be a lot of merit to this particular argument, because if you happen to show somebody a trick and then you show them the wonderful conclusion of the trick, at the end they say, do it again, and you show them the exact same trick in the exact same way, of course the spectator is not going to be stupid and they're going to be looking out for how you did that particular trick. Does this apply to every single trick? No, it does not. There are some tricks that warrant repetition and actually benefit from being repeated to the spectator more than once because it just layers on that impossibility. However, think about this as well for multi-layered routines, because oftentimes magicians think that spectators love their 87 phase ambitious card where the card goes in the middle of the deck, they snap their finger, and then it jumps to the top. But guess what? We'll do it different this time. I'm going to do it from this hand, and now it jumps to the top. And then guess what? Now I'm going to do it, but this time from a fan, and now the card goes in the middle, and now it's on top of the deck. You see how annoying it was for you to even listen to my explanation of that? Imagine them sitting through that and seeing that same stupid trick over and over again. Rules apply for that particular thing because it's boring as shit. So think about that.
Do you need me in your face again? Is that what you want? You want me in your face? Think about it.
You think about it.
We ain't really with that talking, bitch. We about that action.
However, just know that this rule could also be broken because there are some tricks that benefit from repetition and the spectator seeing them more than once. So that's the first rule of magic and why it's relevant and why it shouldn't be relevant. Let's jump to the next one. Still gotta turn the camera off. Never tell them what you are going to do in advance. This is the next rule of magic that I've seen tossed among many magicians and many a forum talking about how if you tell them what you're gonna do in advance, they're gonna be more likely to catch you out because they're gonna be looking at and for whatever it is that you need to do in order to accomplish the method. So the example that I read in this particular book happens to be, let's say you hold a deck of cards to the spectator and you say, sir, I'm gonna reverse your card in the middle of the deck. So your card is gonna turn over end for end among the face down cards. I'm gonna do that, here we go. And you go into the trick. They're likely to catch you out and be like, oh, I saw the moment you did it because I knew you were gonna do it because you told me in advance. Well, yeah, that applies if you're a shit magician. That's a rule that applies if you're a shit magician. But many tricks that I know definitely benefit from telling them what you're gonna do in advance. Yes, you do wanna keep the element of surprise for some particular tricks, and you don't wanna ruin the fact that, oh, hey, guess what? In a moment, your card's gonna end up in my pocket. But that could also layer on a bit of impossibility, because imagine you tell the spectator something impossible, like your card is going to end up in my pocket. Yes, they're going to be more wary, and yes, they might look out for method, but if you have a solid, bulletproof method that the spectators can burn and your card ends up in the pocket, it adds to that level, because they're like, I was staring at it the entire time. Of course you weren't, because we're trained to misdirect you. So you think that you're paying attention the entire time. You think that you shuffled the deck. You think that I never touched the deck, but really, I shuffled the deck, I touched it, and I touched you, and you didn't even know it. So as far as the validity of the rule, I would definitely say some tricks. Yeah, some tricks you shouldn't tell, because you want to keep that element of surprise. However, if you have solid, bulletproof way of doing something, there's no reason why you shouldn't tell the spectator what's going to happen in advance. So I say this rule, screw that rule. I don't need that rule in my life. That rule never existed in my book. It existed in the book that I read it, but it didn't exist in my book. That's the second rule. Let's jump to the third rule of Magic. The third rule of Magic, and see what it is that it is. I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. Never reveal the secret. So this particular rule, the thought process behind it is that once you reveal the secret to a spectator, they just dismiss the method, because usually methods are boring to lay people. So you show them a trick, they go, wow, that's crazy, how'd you do that? And you go, well, I just reversed the bottom card before we started, and when you weren't looking, I turned it over, so your card is going in the wrong way. And when I put the deck behind my back, I just moved the top card to the bottom and flipped the deck over, so it would look like it's the same as when I put it, but really I turned it over secretly. And then I could spread to show that your card was the only face-down card in the entire face-up deck. You know, when you generally do that, yeah, the spectator is going to be bored out of their mind, because methods usually aren't that interesting. However, that's when you generally do it. That's not to say that you can't fabricate a certain situation, where revealing how you did a certain trick won't amplify the following trick that you're going to do. Or revealing something would add to the overall effect that the spectators get at the end of it. Or you show them a simple trick. You show them how to do a simple trick to spread the magic. So if you see that you're performing for a certain group of people and there's somebody with a genuine interest, why not take them aside and show them how to do something, so that they could also show their friends and family how little of a life they have. So there's not to say that this rule applies to every single situation, because there's no context behind this. One of my favorite magical groups is Penn and Teller, and they were known in the 80s and 90s for revealing secrets, and they were the bad boys of Magic because they revealed secrets of how magicians did their tricks. But there's a secret that not even Penn and Teller want people to know, which is they only revealed tricks that they themselves made up. So that's their big secret, which was funny. However, the perception to the audience that they had was that they were revealing all these closely guarded magical secrets. Oh man, they're ruining Magic. When in reality, they were only showing secrets that they themselves made. So they did a trick with this whole triangle and this pyramid. They made that up and they revealed it. Clear cups and balls. Yes, there's cups and balls method there, but the effect is that, wow, even with clear plastic cups, it's still hard to follow along because the method is irrelevant. That's something that you should keep in mind when hearing this particular rule of never reveal the secret. Should you reveal the secret to most tricks? No. However, should you reveal the secret to some tricks if there's a right context for it? Yes. Look at Penn and Teller. They've made a massive career out of that supposed idea. So that's the last rule of Magic. Never reveal the secret. So those have been 3 hot rules of Magic, why people follow them and why you shouldn't follow them. So you guys should think about that, and I'm gonna think about how it is that I could burn 3 papers for the conclusion of this video and not alert my neighbors. Sometimes the world looks perfect, nothing can be arranged. Sometimes you just get a feeling like you need some kind of change. Nothing's gonna stand in our way. The flame in my heart like a long lost friend, gives every dark street a light at the end. Standing tall on the wings of my dream, we rise. And that's just alrighty. That's there we go. That's starting. Yep.
The wind and haze, I'm bound for better days. It's my life, my dream, and nothing's gonna stop me now. Sometimes the world looks perfect, nothing to rearrange.